And we are live for another live stream that we didn't anticipate really to be doing tonight. And joined by Spider, joined by Connor from the Cop Council as well. Lads, you can unmute your mics as well. But as you can see from the title and the thumbnail, official confirmation has filtered through from the Dutch club PSV on all their social medias. We're going to be having a look at the statistics, what he will bring to Liverpool, and obviously, I was just saying to the lads before we come on here, a little bit of a late Christmas present, but Connor, I'll ask you, mate. Obviously, you were doing a live and you were absolutely beaming from ear to ear. It's exactly what we wanted and exactly what Liverpool have needed. Happy days.
Do you know what? We could have worse Boxing Days, couldn't we? Everton lose, Liverpool win, and Cody Gakpo signs for Liverpool. It could be worse. But no, it's a transfer. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't think would happen. I honestly thought he would have gone to Manchester United because of the scout work that Ten Hag had supposedly done. But of course, we'll speak more in a brief minute of the situation and so forth. But supposedly, he's told United and Chelsea in the last 24 hours.
Absolutely swivel.
Absolutely, to go and bag of themselves because he's off to Liverpool. So, yeah. Yet another pile of United combination.
It's happened again. Man United. It's happened again. Fabinho, Darwin Núñez, Thiago. Go on, Spider. Oh no. Hopefully Gakpo's doing that in a couple of weeks. But
wait, can I leave? There we go. Can I leave?
But chat, get your comments in the comment section below as well. But Spider, me and you have spoken. Every Liverpool fan have spoke over the last 3-4 years, in all honesty, really. I think the squad depth for Liverpool has been massively undervalued, especially in the fringe areas for Liverpool. We could probably speak about a bit later anyway in terms of what this potentially would mean for, hopefully it's not it. Obviously, the medical department, Liverpool, we don't know how long Luis Diaz is going to be out for. We do, but in terms of the way in which he's going to recover, could be potentially a bit more worse than with that has been very much led on, mate. But as I said, it's an improvement, and I spoke to you, and I think every Liverpool fan spoke about improving that quality of the likes of, obviously, Origi, Shaqiri, and Minamino. Those type of players, those players on the fringes of the first team, or the fringe, like the first 15 players. It's about improving that quality, but he very much goes straight in. He's a player that will bring added quality, and he's good enough to start and all. For me, mates, he's absolutely quality.
Yeah, he's a top boy, man. Like 23 years of age, we're getting him building up to his prime. He's going to be learning under Klopp. He's going to be playing with world-class talent around him, at the same time and learning from them. With the situation with Luis Diaz, I mean, it's clear he's coming in to play in the same position because there's Luis Diaz, let's call a spade a spade. He got the same injury again twice, but this time he had to have an operation for it, which was, they're saying in a while, but that's the whole season. Let's just call that. He's gone. We're not going to see him until probably Christmas again next year. So in that, Liverpool have acted quickly. They were supposed to get him in the summer. Apparently, it was him and Jude in the summer, and then somebody else big in January. But now when we act that quickly, it's him. So who's the other person that's supposed to be coming in January? If is the question that I want to know. And it would be Enzo. The big talk that's going on about him. We need a midfielder, but this guy's a left winger. It's not the midfielder we're looking for, which means that we're still in the market for midfielders. And even more so, he's a top quality. He's got 32 goals and assists together.
Yeah, quickly. Yeah, get the statistics up there, mate, as you can see from this season. They're statistically Gakpo, as you said there, mates. Let's carry on there, live ones.
Yeah. So, like, when you can see the goals and assists, that's just in the Eredivisie, in the Europa League. It's another 3-3. But in the last, that's 22-23. So I was going by a video that was showing me from 21 to 22. So the 21 to 22 is showing me 32. So I mean, if that's already his stats so far this season at 9 and 12, it's, that's 21, and there's still 6 months to go. Like, what damage would he have done in the Eredivisie? Now he's going to have a learning curve period coming into the Premier League, but he's just played in the World Cup against the world's best players, and he's just got the semi-final and all that. So I can't see why sorry, you might say quarterfinals. No, semis. And I can't see why he can't just step in straight away and do the job, because we are a bit light on that left-hand side. We've been trying
100%.
Nunez over there. We've no Jota over there,
Yeah.
no Luis Diaz over there, and it's caused us a bit of hassle. Andy Robertson has been tirelessly running up and down the pitch, and you can see why he was so tired since Luis Diaz's injury. It's caught up with him. So this Gakpo signing is just a show of intent from Klopp wanting that. And I have to give it up to FSG again, because I've always been like pro kind of FSG because of how they did their dealings, just not pro when it comes to some of the choices they make and and not putting their hand into their own pocket, right? But I understand the thing that they have. But I have to give them props this time. Klopp wanted the player, and they went out straight away and paid the money for him. So I have to give them props as well.
Yeah, absolutely spot on, mate. And we never know. I don't think any Liverpool fan, whatever is happening off the pitch in terms of the hierarchy of Liverpool Football Club. I think if it is a case of new owners coming in and telling FSG right signing, and we'll just add that money, add that value onto obviously the evaluation of the football club, mate. And we'll quickly go through a couple of tweets here. The chat, as I said, as you can see from the official confirmation from PSV, the official social media post as well. It does tweet, as you can see. PSV and LFC have reached an agreement on the proposed transfer of Cody Gakpo. The 23-year-old attacker will leave England immediately, where he will be subject to the necessary formalities ahead of completion of this transfer. And then go on to that next slide as well, as you can see from Fabrizio Romano. And of course, big man Paul Joyce as well was tweeting a bit slightly on. I think a couple of them, I think Connor I'll ask Connor in a little second, do the official person that was to broke this deal anyway. But as you can see from the big boy Paul Joyce, when he tweets, it's a tweet. Liverpool want Gakpo, and that was a bit earlier on this evening. But as we've said, with that official PSV tweet that has come out just an hour after that anyway, which is great. But PSV sporting director Marcel Brands, this is his official quotes as tweeted: "We are not going to mail any announcements about the transfer fee," and that's about the transfer fee for Gakpo, but it is a record transfer from PSV. Expectations in the fee in region of 37 million guaranteed, plus £13 million add-ons, done deal and signed, sealed and delivered. Connor, we've already discussed this has got shades of Luis Diaz potentially prior to his move to Liverpool. Liverpool, of course, have their transfers, and I think Jurgen Klopp, and we spoke about this, didn't we, lads, in chat? It was very highly publicised prior to Luis Diaz moving to Liverpool that he was going to be, and I think Klopp was on record as saying he was a target for the window or this season, really. And obviously, when we signed Nunez, that was the time where Liverpool were meant to have signed Luis Diaz. But as Spider said, Liverpool have jumped the gun on this transfer as well, because by all accounts, Liverpool or other teams have done their due diligence, agreed a fee, and then Liverpool went, "Hang on, no, we'll jump ahead of the queue on that," and it's made up.
It's one of these
a bit
things,
cheeky, isn't it? But
yeah,
it's how it is.
That was literally the word I was about to use. It's exactly that, and you're definitely right. And Spider as well. The fact that it is Luis Diaz 2.0, because I think the Eredivisie and the Portuguese league, they're very similar leagues where they're just, some people consider them maybe in the top 5 leagues, some people don't. It's there or thereabouts, but it's a transfer again that makes sense, for Liverpool, because he's very versatile, can play striker, can play on the right sometimes, most definitely a left winger, but it's the sense that he offers you a bit different. He's 6'1", looks completely brilliant. When long balls, or I think even in terms of interceptions for a forward, he's in the top. I think 86% of strikers,
and that would go to Saquon as well. It's a great stat that you brought up. That's a hallmark of a Liverpool attacker. In all honesty, you've got to be able to have that ability to win the ball up. We've seen in the early years, especially under Jurgen Klopp, Bobby Firmino was, and still is to that point as well, one of the best players, or even Salah and other players that play for Liverpool. That's a big hallmark that they've got to have, innit? Winning that ball up high, very much putting teams on the back foot.
Yeah, most definitely. And you said that there, who was the official source. I again still don't know who it is. I think Paul Joyce was the one who's like broken everything, of course. But what was interesting, I think the first week of the World Cup, Dutch ESPN apparently spoke to Pep Linders, and they were saying that Pep Linders viewed Cody Gakpo as the missing link in Liverpool's attack this season. And I think me and you and Spider, I think we spoke about this on a video somewhere, and we said that it could happen. We could potentially see him, being a Liverpool player, but it's the fact of yet again teams have pretty much gone advanced to the stage of nearly getting him complete, and Liverpool have gone, no, we want him, we're going to advance it ourselves, and gone in straight away. And like what Spider said, this window isn't over for Liverpool. It hasn't even begun.
It's not even opened, yeah.
No, exactly.
I'm just wondering where the Christmas tree photograph like Van Dijk is, because it's before the bloody window. So I just forget what we sitting there.
Boys, you have Virgil van Dijk announced it on Twitter with him on FaceTime. Like, there we go, boys.
He'll have a T-shirt like Matip with Gakpo's face on.
I want Virgil van Dijk to be stood next to the Christmas tree, handing him the Liverpool jersey. That's what I want. But it's funny. It's funny because I'm looking now. The last player that Liverpool signed from the Dutch league was Luis Suarez. So, especially in January as well. So, again, actually, no, I should say that's in January window, not overall, because I think the last player we signed was Seb van der Berg.
Seb van der Berg, I was about to say.
But yeah, even still, it's a great signing, and the fact that all the English clubs wanted him, and Liverpool have just gone, nah, we want him, and that's the best part about it.
Yeah, and that's it, lads, isn't it? And it's give not just those fans and every Liverpool fan around the world, but it gives the players a boost fundamentally, Spider, isn't it? And let's get to a couple of everyone's comments as well. Keep on getting them in as well, everyone. Let me know your thoughts. And definitely need midfielders in. 100% there, but we'll cross that bridge once we get to it, mate.
Mr. Bud, we just signed Cody Gakpo.
Yes.
That comment is water is wet. That's what that means. We know we need it. We do. I appreciate the comment, but let's appreciate that we just got Cody Gakpo in, and we've just covered Luis Diaz's situation full-heartedly with that sign. Yeah.
And even when, lads as well, spot on, when we have got a full squad, we said this all of us, as Spiders alluded to, midfield, yes, we'll get to that bridge when we come to it, and hopefully if it is sorted in this January window, I think we need more than one player, don't we? But I think it massively indicates if Liverpool can manage to get one or two players out the door, then fundamentally that just makes a lot more of things more easier in terms of long run. When do you reckon it's confirmed on us? Very soon, Scotty. Very soon. Yeah, even tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow 9 a.m. Sorry.
Yeah, I was going to say even before that, mate. Like, because we've seen windows and transfers, especially when you've got as we said, people joining in now. This is not Photoshop. This is official PSV social media account anyway. That when a club, when his own parent club is saying that PSV and LFC reached an agreement on proposal Gakpo, and he will leave for England immediately. It will be subject to necessary. And as we said, we'll see the little mini documentaries. We love it, lads, don't we? In chat that Liverpool do pump out. And as I said, he'll be on cloud nine, as Connor alluded to, and inspired to this. Probably has been going on for the best part of the last week or two. But I think from the press point of view, it's only just trickled through.
Imagine how cheap we're actually after getting him on a weekly wage as well, coming from the Eredivisie. So as everybody else is on 180 grand to 200k, he's probably coming in at 90k a week. So he's on James Milner money because he's after moving up from like 37k a week at PSV Eindhoven or 44k a week. I know he's just after doubling his money plus bonuses. He's laughing all the way. And then next year they'll give him another deal. They'll sign him on for an extra 5 years and throw him up to 120k, and then he'll go up to 180k as Liverpool do. So look, it's saved money all around with this signing. Fantastic.
Yeah, spot on.
It's funny though as well, isn't it? The fact that United had everything agreed with him last summer, and then obviously because Ajax went, oh yeah, we'll allow you to have Anthony for 100 million, and United's like, oh, we can sign Anthony, and it's just like, yeah, they just went, no, Gakpo, we'll come back for you. It's like, yeah, he's not here anymore.
I was just watching Mark Oldbridge before I came onto this, and I actually like Mark because I think he's very non-biased. He's a nice guy, and he's for a United fan. But he's very non-biased, and he says it as it is, kind of like us as well most of the time. But we like taking the piss as well. But he was just saying that they're like, congratulations to Liverpool, all this and that. And he just said, this is an Eric Ten Hag player. So that's got to tell you that if Eric Ten Hag wanted him before he signed for United, and he wanted to bring him when he came to United, and then United were saying that, oh, they've been offered the player, but it's still down to United to choose, and then Liverpool sweep in a day or two and do it. That's basically, pretty much
the law
all over Ten Hag's head as owners of a club. That's what that's doing right there. Like, they're not backing him at all. So
yeah, no, he's spot on. Spider's made an excellent point there, Con. The law and the attraction, not just Liverpool, of course, and especially as Spider alludes to, if Man United were in for them, which was very highly publicised over the last couple of months, due to the compilations on YouTube, that just goes to show, and that's why we all love Jurgen Klopp. Obviously, getting results on the pitch fundamentally for Liverpool, but pre-Jurgen Klopp, Liverpool always had that issue of attracting the best talented young players or players of that ilk and quality. But now with Jurgen Klopp and obviously just the position Liverpool are in general now, we're in such a well-run position as a football club that we can be in a position now where, if needs be, of course, and to Eddie's point there, I don't think it will rule out Bellingham, mate, because
he's
not
midfielder.
like, yeah.
I think this advances Bellingham, if anything. In terms of, I think the money is there. Obviously today, I think James Pierce saying that Liverpool need Champions League to help fund Bellingham and so on. And I don't think that is the case anymore because even Klopp, I think me and you, Jack, we spoke about this, I think even this morning, or I think yesterday, we were saying that, it's weird the fact that Jurgen Klopp was so open about, A, Jude Bellingham and B, a signing in January. And even to go on to, Virgil van Dijk's comments after the game, where he was like, we welcome like the talented players to Liverpool and that.
We'd like to see new signings as well.
Yeah,
he's like this. He's like this, and he's like, we welcome all talented players to Liverpool. Is it? He's dying to do that, He's a meme waiting to happen, pretty much.
But it's brilliant though, isn't it? Like the fact that you've got players and they're waiting to just tell you it, and it's the sense of, Klopp has promised us, since probably the beginning of November, was like, look, we are gonna get Liverpool back this season. We're gonna, promise the fans we're gonna perform better. And if Cody Gakpo can come in and have that Luis Diaz effect, like what happened last year, again, I wouldn't want to face Liverpool at all if I was a rival, team and so on. If Liverpool can get back to an inch of what we was in the second half of last season, then it's going to be frightening.
I'm just saying, boys, and we've said all of us on our videos and everything, once Liverpool sort their midfield, we're back to competing with City, like every single bloody weekend. Like, once we identify the key areas in Liverpool's midfield, Trent's 23, 24, Alisson's got another 5-10 years left in him anyway. Van Dijk only at early stages of 30 anyway. Canate, one of the best young centre-half in the whole of Europe, in all honesty. As well, obviously, Robbo.
As much as I like Matip, who's been fantastic for us, he was probably the little bit of a weak area, but that's because he hasn't played enough football, I think, this season, with in that position, whereas Gomez was playing there all along and Matip was on the left. So he got caught over the top a couple of times. Canate in there, and there's a different story.
Yeah, as you said, we knew spoke about them when we were doing our videos. Once you get those midfield players sorted, once they're helping our centre halves and those full back areas, and they're plugging the areas of the pitch that Liverpool have been heavily disappointed. And as you know, I covered more or less all of the Dutch games this tournament in the World Cup, so I've had a very good eye on Gakpo in terms of, as I said, not being a whole big watcher of obviously PSV, but in terms of the games in which I did see, it's his technical ability, Spider, for me, as Conor alluded to. He's 6'1", 6'2". He's very two-footed, but he's very accustomed to driving on with the ball. and it adds that threat in the air as well. He's a big lad, but he's very good in the air, as you'd expect.
He is, yeah. Like as I said, even about Darwin Núñez, when he gets in position, it's a stride thing with some of these players that are kind of tall and in that height. It's not about speed or it's not about anything. It's just stride that they glide with the ball. It's like a gazelle, but the ball is always stuck. But the fact that Gakpo is 2-footed at the same time, and he can shoot with either leg, he can cross with either leg, and he can pass with either foot, means that the close control is even there, like so sharp from what I've seen of him so far. He's well able to hold onto the ball. I think once he gets to Klopp fitness levels, because he's been great in the Eredivisie, yeah, and I think he's a fit lad in his own right. But we all know that Klopp's fitness level is a different level altogether, and it does take people a little bit longer to get into that kind of level, except for maybe Luis Diaz, who kind of came in at a level where he was having problems a couple of years back, where he was actually, people thought he was too weak to play football and that he'd never make it at the top level. And then he just went on a regime of just changing his, you're on mute there, Jack. So he's changing routines.
Okay.
And
I was just saying, as you said there, he blew everyone away.
Yeah.
Liverpool, Jurgen Klopp, all of us. And
yeah, he just came in with guns blazing. So hopefully Gakpo will do a similar thing. But then there's always like that next level that Klopp brings you up to as well. Even if you're at your fittest, there's a fit, and then there's Klopp level fit. Gakpo will be ready for, never mind Real Madrid. Gakpo will be ready for Chelsea, I'd say, or Brentford. Coming up in the next couple of weeks, he'll be ready to go straight away. And with Hunter saying thoughts on Bellingham in the summer, that's just something that we don't know where we're in from. All the news points to the fact that he wants to come to us, and I don't think he really wants. I think he's done his time in Germany, and I don't think he wants to go to Real Madrid yet. I think he wants to come back home.
Especially if we've said, "Oh yeah, Gakpo, we're getting Jude as well." Yeah. Like he'll be on the next flight. He'll be like, "Oh Christ, I'm going to be getting service, or I'm going to be playing with Jude Bellingham as well," because they're all football fans in general, aren't they? Yeah. As well, as Spider alluded to, the excitement around Liverpool, and we said at the top of the show, the excitement for every single one of us. Of course, we'd like to see Liverpool over the last 3-4 year period address certain areas in Liverpool's team, but when we're here now, and as Spider alluded to, of course, we're rightfully so praise FSG, because even if they aren't going to be selling the club, this investment has been needed for a very long time in certain areas of the team, but it's the allure and attraction of Liverpool Football Club, and even if Liverpool did turn around and say, of course, it's not public knowledge, if Liverpool were to get Jude Bellingham, Gakpo will, of course, will be speaking, as we've spoken about tonight. He's interested in the project at Liverpool, and if any sort of player, like similar with Van Dijk and Jurgen, when they've signed their contracts, they need reassurances to say where Liverpool will be in the next 2, 3, 4, 6 years' time. Anyway, at the end of his career, he wants to be able to be competing on a level that is very required of his certain objective goals.
Yeah, no, and that's the thing, isn't it? And you look at, I think, the last 5 or 6 Liverpool signings. It's I think the oldest player has been 23. And that's the thing. And we've said it. We probably even said it at the start of last season, where Liverpool needed to, start the rebuild then, and we did with the likes of Jota coming in, and obviously Luis Diaz coming in, Libu Konate. And it's slowly become the rebuild because, of course, yes, you've got Jota. I think out of Luis Diaz and Jota, for me personally, I'm more worried with Diogo Jota because it's 2 hamstring injuries back to back, and then the leg injury, which again is a pretty bad one, and it's that sense of you don't know what type of Jota you're going to have back. And I think as well it just covers your bases. Look, Cody Gakpo has been spoken about for the last year and a half, probably. Especially with around Eric Ten Hag, and obviously at Ajax was being mentioned constantly, and even clubs in England, in terms of like Liverpool, Man United, Chelsea, but it is just the sense of. We all criticize FSG as well when they do bad, but I think we do have to praise them when they do good as well. And they've done good here. Liverpool have needed the investment, like we've mentioned. Our transfer window is not over. Liverpool will sign a midfielder in January, But of course, now it will probably take a bit longer. That it isn't going to be, first day of the transfer window, Gakpo's already in, we're going to sign someone else. It might take a week, it might take 2. We don't know. But it's that sense of, they're giving Klopp what he wants. And in the fact in the summer, it was just too late when Liverpool and Klopp finally went, we might need a midfielder instead of Tuchemeni.
We've done it early.
Yeah, we've gone and acted upon it. And, and in terms of, I've seen plenty of people in your chat mention Jude Bellingham. Look, in my opinion, it is just between 2 teams. It is Liverpool and Manchester City. And I think it will just come down to who does Jude Bellingham want to play for. And of course, if you listen to all the whispers and rumours and whatnot, it's Liverpool. And
his dad.
And his dad. And that's the thing. It isn't an agent forcing this and forcing the Jude Bellingham stuff. It's his family. And as people in Germany have said, his family are the most wisest people in football. And look at the Coutinho deal, for example. Klopp said you can go to Barcelona and just be one of those players, or you can stay at Liverpool and become a legend. And that's the thing where a lot of players look at it and go, look, I want to be a legend at a top level club, the best club in England and one of the best in Europe. Why wouldn't you want to join Liverpool and be one of the greats?
Yeah,
that's as simple as it is.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic. What
fantastic! The window doesn't open till Sunday, so he won't be able to play on Friday.
Yeah,
he's currently flying to Liverpool, apparently.
Oh, it's just landed in my back garden, all right, lad. Boys, I see. I'm just taking my mic outside.
Can I have a coffee and a pancake, boys?
There we go. There we go. The Liverpool John Lennon. Yeah, I've just seen the plane fly over me gaff. But yeah, big up there, Scotty. Banging sign in the Anfield Lark. Get in, mate. And as I said, it just does for you, but I can sense from everyone in the comments and everyone on social media as well. This is the boost that we've all needed. Of course, we would have liked to have been where Arsenal are, top of the league as well. But season is very long. I think, what are we, 15, 16 games already into the Premier League? A lot of football still to go. A lot of injuries, not just for Liverpool. Hopefully not in Liverpool, but a lot of teams around Europe as well. So, and a big tie against Real Madrid as well. So, as I said, get to everyone's comments. Anfield Lark, absolute legend, mate. I believe Darwin hasn't been up to scratch or some forwards of awareness. It will come, music. It will come, as I said, in my post-match, everyone. If you haven't tuned in for my post-match and Connor's post-match, and Spad, did you do a post-match? Well, you probably will do.
I didn't, but I mentioned it to do it on the stream that Luis Suarez, they were saying the same thing about Luis Suarez when he came. Great positional awareness, great on the ball, but for some reason he can't finish. And that was for the first 19 to 20 games of his Liverpool career. So look how that turned out. You know, so if you've got the hard part is getting the positional awareness and making those runs, the easy part is finishing. If you don't have the finishing just yet, it's just, you're just concentrating on other things that'll come naturally to him, and somebody like him. He's still young. In the next, you're going to see the best of Darwin in the second half of this season. I guarantee he'll still get another 11 or 12 goals before the season's finished, easily.
Yeah, no, saying, there we go. Sorry there, Chance. Just sorting a little custom message there for StreamYard. As I said, if you are new round here, make sure you do hit that subscribe button down below. Make sure you do head over to the COP Council. Connor will be. You doing a video tonight, Miz, or have you done it straight away?
I might be. I don't know yet.
No, make sure you do head over. Connor, if not, we'll have a video, of course, tomorrow with a more in-depth analysis as well. But lads, I'm happy. I'm happy days. We're going to be going for a bit more longer time as well. So mainly, as we said, always, chat, get your comments in. Let us know your thoughts on this. What does this mean for you personally? And what do you think it potentially will mean for Liverpool going forward in particular, really? But big up the Anfield Lark as well. Said to my mates, it was an attacker I wanted in the World Cup. Well happy as well. Yeah, as I said, he was an integral part for that Dutch side. More or less, but apart from obviously throwing on Weghorst when he played the Argentinians anyway. But he was the main man really for the Dutch this tournament. As I said, done ton of watch longs, and he's a big, quick, physical presence in the air, on the ground as well. But I think, for anyone that's not seen a lot of Gakpo, I think you'll be very surprised in terms of how good his dribbling is for the big lads. It's quite mad, in all honesty. 6'1", 6'2" as well. Big up there, Mickey, absolute legend. Get in, mate. Great news. Get in, Mickey. I've had a good Christmas, matey.
Oh yeah.
The window may not open until Sunday, but it doesn't stop the medical from happening before.
That'll happen Wednesday or Thursday. Yeah, that'll all be pre-done. Yeah,
have you already done?
Paul Joyce has just said that the medical will take place definitely within the next 24 hours.
Oh, well, there you go. There you go.
Happy days.
Yeah.
Medical on the plane, chat. Advanced technology. Cody taking really. Go ahead, Jay. Go ahead, Jay.
So I was laughing at when you were talking.
Yeah, as Jamie said, he's got his FIFA brain out. He's got high phase on FIFA, so he's clearly quality as well.
Is he lengthy though? Is he lengthy? That's it.
What is it? It's the lengthy meta. If you're not aware, if you don't play FIFA, it's like it's the meta way of playing FIFA. But Spider, as I said, chat, keep on getting your comments in as well. What does this signing do for you, mate, in terms of first, what will it mean for you for Liverpool, do you think, in the next weeks and months to come?
I think because I know we've improved in the last couple of months with the forward lines. I know they were kind of non-existent at the start of the season, regardless of the 9-0 that we got against Bournemouth. But the lads' link-up play out just kind of wasn't there, and it was especially we were feeling it even more so since Diaz and Jota got injured again. So once that happened, in recent weeks, it's improved, and I even feel sorry for kind of Ox, who's improved in the last couple of weeks as well, because as Jack was saying, he's like a new signing. And
what do you mean on this?
but at the same time, that's just putting Ox in the shop window. I said it on my live stream today. Ox is playing these games on merit because he's playing well, but it's also putting him out there in the shop window. Look, he can still play. Who wants him? That's just the way I'm kind of looking at it that way. But what Gakpo brings is complete. I think stability along that front three. I think that he can do a similar job to what Firmino does. So if he tracks back, he wins balls, his interceptions are fantastic, and he's a good presser of the ball, and he's a great passer, and he wins a lot of duels back from behind positions as well. So he tracks players back, gets in front of them, win the ball back, and then starts the attack again. So you've got a very busy player there. At 23 years of age, he's got similar to kind of Jude. He's got a head on his shoulders above his years, and he's got the talent to back it up as well. Yeah, so that's what I'm looking forward to, is seeing that.
Spot on there, mate. I was just saying there. I was just going to say this is what Jari just said. Obviously, enjoy our golden boy Gakpo. He is a gem as well. Jari, I think did he come through the PSV Academy? I think he did. I think at a very young age as well. So apologies if I'm wrong. Jari, what? For a player that you've watched very heavily, Jari, thank you very much for popping in, mate. But could you please just let me and the lads know, or everyone in chat, just a bit about him, really, mate, Jari. Really appreciate it. We will very much look after him, mate. And as I said, he's been in inspired form for your team over the last couple of seasons, really, in all honesty. But Jari, if you could just any elements of the game, or like the way his patterns are playing as well, be excellent insight, Jari, if you could, please, matey. But carry on there, Spider. Sorry.
As PSV said as well, even to continue doing it, is it Jari or Yari?
Yeah.
I don't know. He'll tell us in a minute. But he's as he said there, but what PSV said themselves is that it's an actual record transfer fee for them. So what that's going to do is they're going to create another youth system there of bringing through young talent massively. They're going to go out and they're going to recruit bigger. They're going to bring in maybe a couple of players out of that money for around like the 10 million mark, and then the rest is just going to be invested back into their youth system, because that's where they're like, it's just like the Eredivisie leagues. It's like Ajax. They're bringing through a great youth system. They really look after the young lads that are in there. They bring them through.
Genuine ultimate at young age as well. Obviously played for PSV.
And you had Virgil van Dijk, same there. Brannigan and these places. They just came through these youth systems, but that's what the Dutch league is all about. It's pretty much, I kind of call the Dutch league like the Southampton of, that's what they are. These teams are just very similar. Southampton a very Dutch mindset in producing young talent through their academy and then bringing them up. But in fairness, now Liverpool are starting to do that now again, which they haven't done in quite a while.
Yeah, sorry, there, Spider. I was just smiling there, Jamie's. That's here, Jano is. What's here is Jano is manager Van Dijk. Can't believe he leaked our new signing, probably told Gakpo. But saying that, me and you, Connor, was speaking about this last week, wasn't it? And Spider, Joe, a couple of weeks ago, was it 2 weeks ago, where he said, why would anyone want to join Man United? He'd rather go to Real Madrid or something.
Yeah.
Something along the lines of that, didn't he? So,
yeah.
He just absolutely trolled him.
Yeah, he was in the conversation. It was that with you man the long hair, the Danish.
I think so. Yeah.
He was having a conversation with him about that, and because you can say whatever you wanted easily, you can say you can drop the F bombs and left, right, and center on that TV, which is great because Jurgen Klopp loves talking to him, and yeah, so like you can be quite honest over there and say what you like to these guys. So was it Fjordtoft? Yeah, Nage Fjordtoft. Is that his name?
I think so.
That's his name. Yeah, just Norwegian or something. I don't know, but Dutch or I don't know, Danish or Norwegian, but like. Getting back to it, the Gakpo signing for me is one of the it's out of the blue, lads. Like we didn't know anything.
Typical Fabinho, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like you'll have people claiming that they knew stuff, but the only people
it's the best type of transfers, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's the best ones.
And even getting to the point where you were saying, like, we were the guys that were waiting behind United and they were choosing them all the time. And the turning point in that, I think, was Bobby Firmino. When like they were putting up odd posts left, right, and centre, and they went, there was a chance for Memphis Depay to go one place or another place, and they weren't even the same type of player, but they were supposed to get on board. And then Bobby signed for us. Like they flew all the way to Brazil to meet the dude or something like that, and then the signing was announced. And from that point onwards, we saw like the likes of that. We saw Klopp, we saw Mane, we saw all of these players starting to choose Liverpool because of what especially when Klopp came in on top of that. So Bobby was kind of the beginning of all of that, and he's still here to this day. And this is why Bobby's one of my favorite players. How loyal he's been, and how much of a Liverpool type player he is. Because his type of football just wouldn't work in any other club, really.
Yeah, no, he's spot on there, mate. And it's quickly get to Yari's comments here. Really spot on, mate. I really do appreciate it, mate. And obviously, if you're new around here, subscribe if you want. As I said, a massive thank you. I did ask Yari. Hopefully, I'm pronouncing that right, mate. Apologies if I'm not. But Jari said here, obviously has excellent insight being a PSV supporter. He did indeed. He's only played for PSV since he started playing football. So, yeah, we'll look after the young lad for you, mate, anyway. So we've got Jari's comment there. And there's great insight here. Gakpo is typically a winger, but can play on the number 10, what he did at the World Cup. And as a striker, the man has insane stats. He's deadly in front of goal. So absolutely spot on. And then he goes on to say, "It's not finished yet, Spider. Come on, thank God." His main trademarks are his crosses, especially curving in swingers, and is exceptionally agile despite his length as well. And that was obviously goes to say what I was saying before.
Lengthy, yes.
There we go. And
don't take that out of context, please.
Yeah, as PSV supporters, I'm glad he and big up there, Swat. Obviously, a lot of PSV supporters dropping in, so really do appreciate it, lads. And as I said, we'll look after him well and truly, and hopefully he does your lads proud as well, especially at an elite stage in Europe.
That last comment that he put up, read the last comment he just put up in that sentence. Dirty crosses. Dirty crosses.
That's what we need. Or is it more crosses into Darwin Núñez? The boys.
Dirty crosses. Not class crosses, not world class, dirty
naughty ones.
Naughty
there
crosses.
We go.
Yeah,
but Swat, as a supporter, I'm glad he went to Liverpool. This guy will kickstart Núñez as well. And that's interesting that Swat and a lot of the PSV fans are saying. What are we saying? What are we saying in terms of, as Swat said there, he's a player that he's watched very heavily. He'll unlock Darwin Núñez. That's his from a PSV supporter's thoughts.
He probably will, and it's probably the sense of as well. If Liverpool need to change formation, then like even during a game or even just tactical wise, I think Cody Gakpo, again, like we've spoken about, offers you a numerous amount of versatility, and it's just. I think it's one of these signings where until you watch him fully, like again, like we've just seen bits and pieces of me, but like all the people in the chat, the
A lot
PSV
of
fans,
PSV
they've seen
fans.
him week in, week out, and as they're saying there, he's one hell of a player. So for me, I think it's going to be exciting to see over the next couple of weeks and months on how he adapts to this Liverpool side and how he makes it different, because I think it'll be interesting as well when everyone is fit and available. Who is Liverpool's number one left winger? Is it Luis Diaz? Is it Cody Gakpo? Is it Diogo Jota?
I don't care. I just don't care.
Put 9 attackers on. We'll just look to counter-attack teams.
Bugger it.
Let Van
might as well play
Dijk
4-2-4.
Yeah, Van Dijk and Ebo on the halfway line with Ali behind, and then we play 8-9 attackers up front.
I would care if it was Salah because of how long Salah's been here and what he's done for the club. But Luis Diaz has been here for about 6 months to 8 months. And Gakpo's coming in right behind him. He'll be here a year now at the moment next month. So for me, I just don't care who's going to be number one, because if both of them battle, it only benefits the team. Happy out.
Yeah,
happy out.
Liverpool in the 70s and 80s, boys, as well, and ladies and gents in the comments as well. When you have a complete level playing field in terms of the quality, it rises the expectations of every player. I always keep on mentioning it, and sorry to keep on mentioning it, it's Kostas Tsimikas down that left-hand side. The performance level in which we've seen from Andy Robbo, not that it's been poor over the last few years, but obviously he's give that little kick up the backside for Robbo that he needed. And even when we do bring in Kostas, he can do very much a very similar job to Robbo, and there's no drop off in quality. But I just keep on getting all the Dutch supporters, PSV fans comments as well, chatting, and we'll quickly read back up anyway. It was just really interesting to get their point of view, most importantly. But as I think Jari said, but despite Gakpo being an absolute class addition to LFC, how clean was this transfer coup from Liverpool? Gotta feel bad for Manchester United. Do
you know what your answer to that is? Go up 3 messages to Brian Morrissey.
Oh yeah, I'm gone.
We
just 360 no scopes Man United on the Gakpo. Yeah, there we go. But yeah, big up there, chat.
Oh, brilliant.
As I said, João Felix at Chelsea. You never know. What did Liverpool get João Felix on a loan?
No.
No. That's what you'd need. That would be squad depth up front, Christ.
I just have images of Jurgen Klopp with like mini Jurgen Klopps just like acting as maids inside in every like United and Chelsea players just going, would I sign in? Klopp, and just the sneaky guys are going like this with the hats on or something, That's all that's all I picture when it comes to the transfers, though, because we're cooping everybody.
Yeah, we've got like secret Liverpool supporters and all these clubs that just keep on leaking all the transfer news. That would be good. But make sure you haven't missed anyone's comments. PSV wanted to keep him until the summer, but we get him signed in hours. FSG deserve credit, 100%. Only accept the biggest. It's going to be a lot of quality anyway. Love it. Usual. No, Diaz from Tottenham. Yeah, spot on there. Lovely little revenge for us versus Chelsea. Hopefully, you're taking. No, I don't want them. I do not want them, Jan. As I said, 100%, definitely not. But Jamie said Gakpo, Luis Diaz, Jota, Nunes, Duarte, the future looks bright for our attack. And
if got somebody there.
Sorry, there.
If you got somebody there in his thing, a small fella called Salah.
Oh yeah, just a little bit. Number 1 is Diaz. He's proven already, but Gakpo could be very special. As I said, nice one for that Jan as well. Obviously, I've already read out Jari, and there's 50 people obviously in here, everyone. So, as I said, please do head over and subscribe here. As I said, if any transfer relation breaks, we'll be here as quick as we possibly can. So will Connor from the Cop Council as well. If you can, please, mods, can you put Connor's link in the comments for that, please? It'd be very much appreciated. Single all the attackers, but yeah, it looks really good. Klopp breakdancing at home right now. And as what I said, even after all the injuries, injured players come back. Gakpo is very versatile and also play on the midfield. Interesting. All is good addition to the squad from what I see. Klopp likes rotating, so that's good. That's fantastic, that kind, isn't it? As Swat, obviously seen a lot more of him from being a PSV supporter. it's even better if he can play potentially midfield as well.
I'm just looking. I'm actually quick looking now. Where he's played, and attacking mid. He's played in a number 10 role. For
I think that was Josh Yardy said for Holland as well in that number 10 role.
So again, it's that thing, isn't it? Of gives you so many options that you might change system once or twice to fit him in along with the rest as well. So, you know what, you look on it. Like we said, 6'1". He's got great pace. Power. Pretty good on the ball, agility, balance wise, and it's that signing of he ticks a lot of boxes. That's and again for the price tag, because obviously Neil Jones has said that it won't go any higher than 44 million
pounds. Is that?
Yeah, it's pounds.
That's ridiculous. That is.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's 30. So I'm going to quickly read out what Neil Jones has just said. So Neil Jones said it's 37 million upfront additional fee. Add-ons will take it up to 40. So only 44 million if objectives reach their goals. So
that's amazing. That's bloody amazing.
It's brilliant pricing. And it's nice that the fact we can just shove it in United and Chelsea's faces. So that's the best part of it.
And to the PSV lads that are in chat, hopefully you do, as Spider alluded to, you reinvest that. Because as we said, I think it was the Eredivisie clubs only get 10 million, which is, when you compare it to the Premier League, pocket change. But as I said, hopefully the PSV lads in comments, hopefully this just help you as a football club and potentially brings through the next Gakpo, and we can sign him again. But as I said, and produces that conveyor belt fundamentally. But as I said, 44 million, that's massive for a club like PSV in terms of the revenue, especially in that league. But happy days, boys, and we will look after them. So as I said, if you've got any other new players, let us know. And we'll keep an eye on it as well. Agent Van Dijk to the rescue. Cristiano, and that's some mad profile picture. That who's that? Is that I think that's a Spider-Man.
It's Willem Dafoe.
William Dafoe with it. Great. He's got a fade there on top.
No, it's Willem Dafoe on Drake's face.
Is it? Some great fan at that. That's some great. It's all the present top run right now is in the future section. The Prem, as Brian said there, the Prem ready for Gakpo. Tell you what, I'm big up there, Mark. And you please drop Spider's channel link in there as well, please, mate. And as if you can hit Spider's obviously game, and it will be live very soon. So as well, appreciate that, Mark. It's happened again. Yeah, and I've seen, we did do a little chant for that before as well, mate. But yeah, spot on. Let's hope. Come on, stream now. Wake up. Let's hope it's a better celebration than Van Dijk, though. No, what clue he? I'm going to say Jardy and obviously and the PSV lad Swat. Let us know. Does he have a prime celebration? Is a trademark celebration? Let us know, boys. Wolves just paid that for Tuna as well. That's great point there, Brian. Didn't Gakpo score a hat-trick for Holland in one match, Jordan? Yeah, he did. I think it was, yeah. He's been in. So you guys think one of our top attackers? No, Danny, I don't think it will be the case, as we've already alluded to, mate. If you just tuned in, we very much did brush over it, really.
Maybe Ox.
Yeah, potentially, yeah.
Is Ox top talent anymore?
Yeah. Anything's possible. We got how much? 25 million for Dom Solanke, was it? So yeah. You never know. Yeah. But yeah, Danny, I don't. As all three of us have said, mate, it's a case of Liverpool just getting the player in now, as the lads have already alluded to tonight. We will be losing Naby by looks of it, Ox and Milner potentially as well, and maybe one more player as well. So the wage
extended either.
Yeah, Bobby hasn't extended, so yeah, it's a great shout that Spider-Man. But yeah, and Kunku, Leo, yeah. I said we're getting our signings in. It's the same. We want to win the league, but yeah. But Keys, hopefully I've pronounced that right, mate. Apology if you haven't. But shame we sold him, but we win the league. Hope he does well. Keys, as I said, mate, we'll all be keeping an eye on the PSV results this season, mate. And you never know, the relationship with Liverpool and PSV could be strengthened even more. So any of our top youngsters potentially that need a bit of time. It's all about the good communication from both our clubs. And hopefully, you never know, we could be loaning out a couple of our top talented youngsters, obviously in Holland, and getting valuable experience. And yeah, you never know, mate. But as I said, we'll keep an eye on there, mate. Would love to, Great Nation, please let us sign any other future talents from. Yeah, there we go, there, Jay. As I said. But we got him in. So fresh Man United left clutching at the bag at Finn as
They're
well.
fuming, man. They're
fuming. But yeah, I'm going to quickly round off now, Connor anyway. Got to score every game, played the World Cup. Subscribe. Interesting to see him make his minutes for Liverpool and see your thoughts on it. But Swat, a massive thank you, mate, for Razor. Appreciate it, matey. Do well. And he usually does a knee slide. There we go. We've classic Steven Gerrard. You never know. Come on, Jordan. Big up. As I said, Connor, please. A massive thank you, Connor, for jumping on, mate. Just shout out your channel and just your closing thoughts on Gakpo, please, lad.
Yeah, well, Decop Council. Bloody hell, you made me big. That sounded mad.
No one clipped that chat. There we go.
Don't clip that. I'll be on plus 18 sites forever. But yeah, thank you for having me on. Yeah, Gakpo, for me, I think is one hell of a signing. Again, 44 million, absolute bargain if he works out the way he should work out anyway. But yeah, thanks for having us on. The Cop Council, obviously on YouTube. Of course, I'll be doing Gakpo stuff over on my channel as well. We've spoken about post-match as well, where it broke.
When will that be now, or?
Probably tomorrow now. By the time it is. So yeah, probably tomorrow I'll be speaking about Gakpo and that situation. But yeah, thanks for having us on.
Yeah, you're very welcome, mate. And Jamie said they're causing 4K, Con. So yeah. But yeah, Con. Yeah, but got in, mate. I'll let you go, mate. Have a lovely rest of your night, matey. I appreciate you jumping on, mate.
See you in a bit.
Go ahead, La. Just rattle through these last comments as well, everyone. As I said, let you all go to bed. It's been a mad game, a mad day, really. And big up there, Mark. Obviously, that's Spiders. Links as well. Enzo Bellingham, some great additions. Amrabat and Kudos. And yeah, you never know, mate. There's a lot of players linked with Liverpool. And we'll find out. As Jardy has said, not too special, knee slide or jumping, but you can see the joy on his face every time he scores. The joy on our face, Jardy, as I said, as you lads have said, the PSV lads, he's a missing, but he's going to a good club that will.
Stevie G was classic knee sliding and similar to Alan Shearer, a hand in the air, just running around the place. Sometimes the simple ones are the best ones. I love it.
Yeah, there you go. You never know. Bobby, I'm trying to sell a copy of celebrations, though, anyways. Make sure I haven't missed anyone. But yeah, times have changed as well. But yeah, nice one for that, Mark. But as I said, right?
Yeah.
But shout out your channel, please, mate, and obviously where everyone can find you. As I said,
you'll find me.
And just your closing thoughts on Gakpo as well.
Yeah, but look, we've got a really top talent. We're getting him pretty much coming into where he's starting to hit. He's going to start gradually hitting his peak. If he's at this level now, I can imagine what his peak is going to be like. And all the Dutch fans and the PSV fans coming in and letting us know what he's like. And even guys that aren't PSV fans that are probably just Dutch fans and know him from playing for Holland or the Netherlands. You know, they've filled us in on what they super excited. Yeah. So the thing for me is we had Nunez and we had Salah up front, and we always had a makeshift person that was next to him since Diaz and Jota went on the injury bench. And the fact that we had two guys that were finishers more than passers. I know they did gel a bit in the last couple of weeks and whatever like that, but I just see Gakpo opening up so many more avenues. As I said earlier, I think it was, or was it who was the other lad? Was the other the King of the Hill.
Swat. Yeah, Swat.
Swat. Swat. So as one of the lads said earlier, you know, he's going to give dirty. They both said that actually they're going to give dirty crosses to Nunez. They're going to unlock Nunez even more so because of the passing range that he has, and he's another threat going forward. I mean, if they're already watching the runs and they're worried about the runs of Nunez, and even though his finishings have been a bit off, and are already worried about Salah, like every team in the league is. Imagine what Gakpo is going to do when he comes in on that left-hand side as well. It's just going to be an absolute nightmare for defenses to deal with, and it might ease the pressure on the midfield as well with guys like this to track back and win the ball as well. So yeah, I think it's going to be fantastic all around, to be honest with you.
Yeah, spot on, mate. And when are you live, mate? Are you live?
I'm live after this for gaming wise, and Irish Spider Guy on Twitch. We'll get something going. I don't know if you're on yourself, but I'll get something going. It'll either be PUBG or it'll be a bit of first class trouble. The drunker I get, the more fun the stream gets. So and you'll also find me on Spider LFC, and I'll be doing a watch along for the Leicester game on Friday.
So, yeah, big up, chat. As I said, big up Spider, big up Connor. Most importantly, everyone, big up to every single one of you. Hope you all had a fantastic Christmas. And if you are new around here, everyone, want to keep up to date on all things Liverpool related, whether that be post-match reaction shows, news, transfer news as well, pre-match, post-match shows as well. But as Jari has said, a pleasure found this channel on YouTube. Best of luck in the Premier League, guys. I will surely follow you guys more from now on. But Jari, as we said, we'll be keeping an eye on PSV's results. And as I said, hopefully he's had a fantastic continued end to your season. As I said, mate, we'll look after your boy, your young diamonds, as the PSV fans have said tonight. And as I said, if you are new around here, everyone, hit that subscribe button down below. And as I said, we'll look after Gakpo, and he's going to be a fantastic, fantastic signing for Liverpool by all accounts. And a massive thank you to everyone, especially Dutch fans as well, that have tuned in and gives us more of an insight to the signing, because it's always great to see that, really, in all honesty. But as I said, a massive thank you to every single one of you, everyone. Have a lovely rest of your night. Spider, massive thank you, mate, for jumping on. And as I said, you're always welcome, that. And everyone, have a lovely rest of your night. Hopefully we wake up tomorrow with the official announcements with them in a kit. You never know, all this new stuff. It's become a lot more quicker in the modern game. But chat, have a lovely rest of your night. And as I said, what a way to end your Boxing Day. Well, the 26th. Yeah, Boxing Day was, yeah. Oh, Boxing Day. Oh, I'm getting lost with my days. But chat, have a lovely rest of your night anyway. Big up, everyone. To that.